Hey gang, it's Doc and we're here at Newbie Marketer lesson number 3, which is all about domain names and website hosting for those of you who are just about to establish your online presence. Let's go to the first slide, which is where I talk a little bit about getting a domain name. It's self-obvious, I think, that it's easy to obtain a domain name. To purchase one is certainly no problem, but I want to talk a little bit about the strategy behind selecting which domain name to use. Obviously, the internet is fairly mature at this point, and so a lot of domain names are taken. But with a little bit of research, you can find something that is memorable enough that if word of mouth were the means by which someone told another person about you, they could find you. And I think my own URL or domain name is a perfect example of that. I could have given my full name and hoped that people could remember how they spelled my name when they went to look for my website, but rather than do that, I adopted docthecoach.com, bought the domain name, secured a logo, and began branding myself this way, specifically so that it would be easy to remember me. And I think it makes it easy to find me on the internet when all you've got to remember is 3 simple words, Doc the Coach, and then add the .com, of course, but they're all easy to spell. No one really struggles with Doc the Coach. And so it's an easy way for somebody to find me again if, for example, they visited my site and want to come back, but they didn't remember to create a bookmark, or if they run into somebody in the grocery store who may be into online sales and maybe at the point where they're getting started, and they can just say, hey, go check out docthecoach.com. There's all kinds of reasons why I selected it to build my branding around. And I think, or at least I hope, that when you set about obtaining your domain name, you'll think about these kinds of issues to make sure that you help other people find you. One of the things that I hope you'll do is follow the link that's at the bottom of this slide, which is http://docdigs.com/domain name. And that'll take you to a tool that I absolutely love, where you can research available domain names, and it'll give you some suggestions based on what you type in. And then it'll lead you right through the process of purchasing. I have favorite domain name providers, just like I have favorite providers for virtually everything. And in this particular case, this is a company called Namecheap. And what Namecheap does really well is, for about $10, you'll get a domain name, and they sweeten the deal by throwing in privacy protection, which means that you don't have to worry about your personal information being available to people out on the internet. They protect it with a free service that they provide. And almost all domain name providers will offer this protection, but they usually do it at an extra cost, and Namecheap doesn't charge extra for it. So I think you should take it and hit them up. http://docdigs.com/domain name. Getting web hosting. There are a lot of potential vendors out there that do web hosting. Generally, for a few dollars a month, it's okay to find a pretty good package. And I'm going to make some suggestions. One is, and I want to tell you that it's not necessary to get web hosting from the same company, like Namecheap, for example, that has done your website, or excuse me, your domain name. Not necessary at all. You can do it with different companies, and later on in training videos, we'll show you how to link those two up so that it's a seamless transaction. When you do buy a web hosting package, however, make sure that it comes with unlimited domains, and this is not usually the introductory level option that you'll see with the pricing. And ordinarily, I don't recommend that anybody go with anything more than the basic unless it's completely necessary. And in this case, I believe it is. It may seem overwhelming, as I write on this third bullet point right now, for you to imagine that you will eventually have more than one website, and that they might be linked together in a more effective way of conducting your business. But that will happen, especially if you have some early success in internet marketing, which is what we're working so hard to actually achieve. So buy yourself unlimited domains. At the most, it's going to cost an extra $2 or $3 a month with a normal provider for you to have this option to build some potential growth into your business. I'd say one of the ways to save money, though, is to resist the urge to buy all the add-on services that most hosting providers will try to point you to after you accept your basic unlimited domains hosting package. They'll find ways to try to sell you, hey, we'll build your website and it'll be ready in 24 hours, or you can have this or that service, SEO, search engine optimization, we'll handle all these things. My advice is to go through the checkout process with simply unlimited domain, basic monthly hosting package, and then we'll add the other things on as we need them, but most of them are not mission critical for getting your business established. My provider suggestion is at http://docdigs.com/web hosting. These are the people that I use, and I think you'll enjoy it very much.